You have a different energy about you the last couple of days here.
Yeah.
There's a different energy around old Boston Connor. This weekend, hello, it's Tom.
Tom. Yeah.
That video by Sunday Night Football with Adele's "Hello" is amazing.
So
I mean, in the more and more this gets built up for Sunday Night Football, which is NBC doing an incredible job of promoting their game, but I don't think this game needs any promotion. But the fact that it's getting promotion is making me realize, I think, more and more, which is good promotion. That's why they're promoting it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is fucking massive.
Huge.
And both teams are coming off a loss, obviously. One team potentially has looked much better than the other team.
Yeah.
One team is loaded with vets ready to go, and maybe even adding Richard Sherman to the roster. He's currently visiting Tampa Bay after Josh Gordon signs with the Kansas City Chiefs. So the tops of the NFC and the AFC are continuing to accrue talent, which is what I think everybody should start to think about doing, because injuries are going to happen, and it's nice to have a veteran around. But these two teams are just two men, basically, in everybody's eyes. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I think Tom Brady's team, the dudes down in Tampa, are like, we got you, Tom. Hey, we understand. Absolutely. We know exactly what this is. We all won a Super Bowl together last year. And if we had this opportunity to do what you have right now, we would want to go to fucking, we would hope you would go to fucking war with us. So I think that is a real motivator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah.
That is a tight team. Remember, Tom was putting together practices. They were coming over to Tom's house.
Yeah.
They were doing, Tom is the consummate team guy. That's what everybody says. Clyde's like, when he comes in here, he's friends with everybody, his energy, his whole thing. So I think Tampa is like, hey, we know what this is, right? And Massholes are going to say terrible things. I mean, the New England Patriot fans are going to say terrible things to Tom during the game. When he jogs on the field, they will be nice. I saw this with Adam Vinatieri. When we jogged on the field for warm-ups, it's nowhere near as full, obviously. It's just kind of scattered. A lot of people like, Vinny, thank you. Adam Vinatieri, thank you.
Love you, Vinny.
Love you, Vinny.
Yeah.
Even while we're warming up, there's even like a clap. I think there was even a clap for Vinny hitting like a 55-yarder in warm-ups or something like that. We go back in after warm-ups, and we come out. Vinatieri, you fucking coward.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was the same people that were just doing that, because the massholes understand that, hey, when it's hey, this is not just a game. Okay, we are a part of this. That crowd never gets enough credit for how much they do affect people. Everybody talks about Foxborough being this place that is very difficult to win and mythical, and it's Bill Belichick effect is definitely real. The fact they probably control the weather, also something. Might Tom Brady being up there for real. That fan base does not get talked about enough. They are rude. They are loud.
What?
They are passionate. They are very confident. And for the last 20 years, they've been able to say whatever they want, whenever they want, to whoever they want. They're like the modern day Alabama fan for like the last 15 years. Alabama can just talk shit because they're like, oh, we'll be in the fucking final. Are you going to be there? You're not. That's how the Patriots fans have been. That is a tough place to play. And they're going to make it that way for Tom. But if Tom silences that shit early, I don't know what's going to happen. How do you feel? Are you conflicted at all? How does all of New England feel if you've been able to catch a pulse of up there? This is massive. And Bill is obviously going to protect this house, and he has all his grudges as well.
It's definitely split. I think for yesterday, for the first time, I actually found myself liking Brady again for a little bit after that promo because of how incredible it was. Tom came out and he said, he knows exactly what Bill's going to be doing, exactly what their entire week's going to look like, what their game plan is. I think he said how the wind is like. I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, you guys have an open. Yeah, you guys have an open end.
Yeah, very open. So I mean, he knows everything about us, which is a worry. But also on the other side, Bill knows everything about Tom. I said yesterday on Overreaction Monday, it feels as though the Pats are going to get beat by 50. I don't know.
That was Overreaction Monday.
That was Overreaction Monday.
Yeah.
Sure. So now I think maybe I'm down to 3 scores. I still don't feel confident at all in the Patriots after what happened last week.
Is this self-handicapping?
No, this is not self-handicapping. This is us.
We all do it.
This is us.
We all do it.
Yeah, it's true. We do.
We all do it.
Yep.
Is this self-handicapping?
No, I mean, I think we've all seen what the Patriots have looked like this year, and they've only looked good against the Jets, and the Jets are by far the worst team
Is
in the
JPP
NFL.
back, you think?
I don't know if JPP is back. I
think that
he
changes
is.
some things there on defensive line.
Dean is out in the secondary. Our O-line has been very underwhelming so far this year, so I don't even know if it does, because the rookie that they have has been a stud, apparently, Joe Tyron or whatever the hell his name is. Their front seven's very worrisome. The only chance we have is that they don't sign Richard Sherman, and they have that week weak secondary, who's missing a few players already.
And Mac's able to come alive.
Exactly.
Hey, this is a big game for Mac now, too,
Massive.
right? This is a big game for Mac. And obviously, Mac seems to be very, like, hey, chill.
Oh,
like
yeah.
And by chill, I mean passionate, but he's not getting too high, too low. It feels like Mac is like a 55-year-old man at this point who is a confident person. He's been in the biggest moments. He's played in the biggest games. He understands the footsteps he was trying to fill. I mean, it's an absurd thing for what the Mac has to deal with as well. But Mac's a competitor.
Sure.
Right? I think everybody's very competitive, just like everybody is in the NFL, which is what Tom Brady has, been so dominant for so long, is because of his competitive edge that he has over everybody, so much so that he's willing to eat absolutely dog shit food. To go through terrible stretching routines and workouts every single day of his life, put his body through pain when his resume says he could have retired 10 years ago and it all would have been good. So I think that's also added into the competitive edge. Everybody says he's smart, he's futuristic and everything. Well, it's because he's so competitive that he's like, how do I continue to do this? And he looks into it with Guerrero and the entire TB12 team. So I think that adds to it. But I think Mac has that competitive juice as well. Now, obviously, you have to be in the NFL, but he knows that this is a moment. He knows this is a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Luck, whenever we played Peyton, he knew. Andrew Luck knew this was a moment. Now, we won, but he knew that was a big moment. And that everybody knew that the War of 1812 is the game of 1812. It was Sunday Night Football. He came back to Indianapolis. The coaching staff knew, like, hey, this is basically the guy that we cut, and this is the old regime. This is the old quarterback. This is the old face of this city. This guy will always be around. It was a different aura almost. I wonder if that's how Mac and old Matty Patricia and Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, the people that, are getting caught up in this whole, it was Tom, it was Bill, it was Tom, it was Bill. Like, they also have a little bit of a, hey, fuck you, too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, there is so much into this thing. The deeper you peel and the more layers you peel off the onion, it's like, oh, that person could be fucking pissed off. And let's not even think about John Bon Jovi. I mean,
He'll be there
right.
for sure. John Bon. I'm sure Kenny Chesney will probably show up. All the Patriots brass will be there. Wahlberg, I'm sure, too. But what you just said makes me think even deeper in this thing. Brady knows what the offense is going to do, which makes me think they'll even have more of a disadvantage because he's just going to be able to tell Tampa's defense, like, hey, when you come out in this is what they're looking for. This is what they're going to be able to do. This is what they're going to try to do. And then he also obviously knows what the defense looks like because he practiced against it for 20 fucking years. So I don't know. Now all of a sudden when I just said my overreaction of 50 points has come down, honestly, as we speak about it, it's going back up to 50 because our team just isn't where they should be.
The only thing is, if you really think about the grudges that we just chatted about, there's only one person that's on the field.
Yeah.
That can use. Now Mac has to prove whatever. Mac can have that whole thing,
Sure.
but in the whole, we just talked about Josh McDaniels and Matt Patricia and even Kraft and Bill. They're all on the sideline. Okay, so they can scheme, they can divide, they can do everything that they've done for so long and be so successful. But will that extra? I see Tom already celebrating on the field, right? I mean, you already see him looking at. You already see. You already see that happening, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
I mean, this whole week it's like a funeral week. It's like I'm just waiting to get.
No, it's homecoming. It's a homecoming. It's supposed to be happy.
Homecoming will be for 15 minutes.
Coming home.
No.
I'm coming home. Tell them assholes I'm coming home.
There'll be a tribute video. It'll be glorious, I'm sure, similar to the one we saw last night by Sunday Night Football. But at the end of the day, he's going to come out and beat us by 50, and I don't think many people are going to be too pumped about the tribute video or thinking about that when they're leaving.